Pals! We are watching The Prestige today. I am very excited for this because I've been trying to get Achara to watch it for years. And today is the day. Come on.
The Prestige. Oh, wow. Look at all of the hats. How many rabbits live in those hats? Or are all the magicians dead?
Just for full transparency, I've seen this movie
Every magic trick consists of 3 parts.
like over 20 years ago, or whenever this came out.
The first part is called the pledge. The magician shows you something ordinary. A deck of cards, a bird, or a man. Perhaps he asks you to inspect it. To see that it is indeed real. But of course, it probably isn't.
What did you think you were going? Oh, the bloody axe, you fool!
So he was a plant. Oh.
The magician takes the ordinary something and makes it do something extraordinary. You're looking for the secret, but you won't find it. Because, of course, you're not really looking. You don't really want to know.
No, I don't.
You want to be fooled. But you wouldn't clap yet, because making something disappear isn't enough.
It's got to
You
reappear.
have to bring it. That's
Yes.
why every magic trick has a third act. The hardest part. The part we call the prestige.
Is he murdering him?
The Prestige. And did Robert Angier, the great Danton, your employer, get to that final part of his trick that night?
No, sir. Something went wrong.
How large was this tank?
400 or 500 gallons.
How do you think Mr. Borden was able to move the tank under the trap door without anyone noticing?
He's a magician. Ask him.
It's a logical question, though.
Mr. Cutter, I see your predicament, but Alfred Borden's life hangs in the balance. If you were prepared to disclose the details to me in private, I might be able to judge their relevance to the case.
The judge gets to know
Damn.
what no one else does.
I was distracted by the little girl. I'm like, who is she to him?
I represent Lord Cordlow, an accomplished amateur magician and historian.
How much?
Well, I won't forgive myself for selling my greatest trick. Even for your daughter.
Ah, okay.
I know you're no strangers to the workhouse. I'm offering you a way to wrap up your affairs with dignity. And I'm offering your daughter a future. As Lord Cordlow's ward, she will want for nothing. Think it over. And Lord Cordlow would like you to have this. As a show of good faith. It's Robert Angier's diary.
A cipher. An enigma. To search for answers.
It's like in magic, you can do the other person's trick if you can do it better. In comedy, you can't steal the other person's jokes.
See, the cipher in his notebook is unlocked by a single word, but it'll still take months to translate his writing and to know his mind. Well, my passion is equal to the task.
My passion is equal to the task. It's a great saying.
I need a coach tomorrow to take me up the mountain.
Well, the peak's close, sir, for scientific experimentation.
Yes, I know.
What type of science experiment? Extreme danger, not just danger.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness.
shit.
Shocked back like the kid in Jurassic Park.
I know you. You're the great Danton. I saw your show in London. I'm Allie. Sorry about the fence. People keep interfering with our work.
I've come to see Tesla.
Why?
Oh.
A colleague of mine some time ago. Can you get me a meeting with him?
Impossible, I'm afraid.
I brought a lot of money.
I'm sorry, Mr. Aaron.
I thought he was gonna be like, that's all you had to say.
I'll be staying at the hotel. Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. He must have a lot of money.
He's got lots staked on this.
Which of you brave souls is willing to bind this lovely young woman?
Such interesting storytelling, like the back and forth.
If you would tie her wrists around the ankle, are either of you two gentlemen sailors?
No.
I'm sure you can both tie a strong knot.
Uh-oh. I would not be able to participate in such a trick.
Why?
It would drive me.
Claustrophobia?
Just drowning.
1 minute? No worries. Oh!
She's drying every. Is she dry? No, she's wet.
She's
Okay.
wet. She's wet. She definitely. Oh, he was ready.
Yeah, it's a backup.
I saw you drop the knot again.
I think I turned my wrist.
Some nights, you just don't get it, do you? I mean, if that knot slips and Julia's on the hoist, she'll break the leg.
She can slip it. We can practice.
Hey, Borden, he said no.
Oh, yeah, well, you know knots better than me, do you?
Listen, no more mistakes.
Do you? You want to take over?
Just leave.
I didn't think so.
He's very risky.
Watch your sight lines. If I can see you kissing your wife's leg every night, so can the blokes at the ends of road 3 and 4.
Yeah.
All this like backdoor magic politics is so fascinating.
I thought of a name for you.
Oh.
The Great Danton.
Not a great name.
It's sophisticated.
But
Yeah.
it's French. But Parappa is pretty hot though. Must be hard being Hugh Jackman, Jesus.
Hello. It's okay. Every time that happens, though, it's like alarming to me. Oh, poor baby. It's okay. Is it dead? It's not dead.
See? He's all right. He's fine. Look at him.
But where's his brother?
Aww.
He's a sharp lead, your son.
He's my nephew.
Good. Still room to put a bread in the oven.
A bread in the oven. It's a bun, Jabby. A bun.
Are you watching closely?
I don't know how he did that. That's crazy.
Never show anyone. They'll beg you and they'll flatter you for the secret. But as soon as you give it up, you'll be nothing to them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The secret impresses no one. The trick you use it for is everything.
It's facts.
Yeah.
Hello. Thank you for lunch, Mr. Borden.
You're welcome. So, I'll use a cup of tea.
I scandalised the landlord. I think not. So I'll see you again.
Oh, okay. We're having another date? Okay.
Milk and sugar.
It's only cute if you like him. Otherwise, it's really creepy. What is that?
It's been a while since I watched this, but there are things I know that you don't, and there are like implications that are grossing me out.
Oh, no. I don't want to know.
This is the place where the performer's hand reaches through to the trick padlock.
A standard magical apparatus for escapes.
Yeah, with one important difference. This is the trick lock. It's been switched for a real one.
Oh, God.
Men who live by dressing up plain and sometimes brutal truth.
Even without an audience?
There was an audience. You see, this water tank...
That's great.
Particular significance to these two men.
Did his wife die in it? Oh,
Which
no.
of you brave souls is willing to bind this lovely young woman? If you would tie her wrists,
Oh, is he doing that knot?
Yeah.
No.
She looks really calm for being hoisted by her wrist. That looks painful.
What? Oh no, that's terrifying. Get her mouth to mouth.
Julia! Julia!
I guess they didn't know about it back then.
That was really quick. I feel like it doesn't. It's not that quick, is it?
Well, they don't need to prolong the moment.
What do you want, Bo?
I'm sorry for your loss, Angie.
Yeah, okay. If you weren't.
Would you like to do tie?
Yeah. You're gonna lie, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I just don't know.
You don't know?
I'm sorry.
You don't know? You don't know?
That was irresponsible.
You're
Having a baby.
Oh.
We're having a baby. Oh, come here.
Oh, she's gonna die too, because I didn't see her.
I don't remember.
Trick to wake Ackerman up at the end of my act.
Is it the masterpiece, the great trick?
No. The run-of-the-mill daring spectacular bullet catch.
Just run of the mill.
Although, I remember the lawyer, whatever guy, said to him, like, the kid's gonna be orphaned.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Go on, shoot me.
Oh, Lord.
Christopher Nolan loves to kill the women.
No, not there. Shoot me here. Oh.
What's her name made it to the end of Interstellar, though?
It's very good. Tell me how you do it.
No, can't do that.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry, Alfred, but I can't raise a child on my own.
You don't tell anybody that I told you. Warning.
He's breaking his own rule.
And the bullet.
Not even the wife should know.
I think it's okay for her to know.
No.
The bullet is not even in the gun when the charge is fired.
Once you know, it's actually very obvious.
Everything's going to be all right because I love you very much.
Yeah, okay.
Well, some days it's not true, and today you don't mean it. Maybe today you're more in love with magic than...
Oh, she's a psycho.
A psycho?
Who says things like that?
No, she's a smart lady. She knows he's lying.
That line was written by a man. Uh-oh. Someone's got a plan.
Solid pedal.
Oh my God. Rough crowd.
That's what you came for, is it? Who wants to volunteer?
Not me.
Are you man enough, sir?
Oh.
Yes.
Do you know him? Come on.
Which night did you tie Warden?
I don't know.
Your career as a magician is over. You need your fingers.
He came in to demand an answer, and I told him the truth. One half of me swearing blind that I tied a simple slip knot. The other half convinced that I tied the leg for double. I can never know for sure.
It's not satisfying, is it?
No.
How can he not know? He must know what he did.
Well,
Cheer up, that bloody hurts.
Trauma?
Oh, Grody, why'd you show it to me? I don't...
Alfred, you've got to face things. What tricks can you possibly perform with this kind of injury?
Exactly.
Can't pause, I can do some prop tricks. I can still do that, and I can do the trick that I've been telling you about. One that they're going to remember me for.
I want to keep on working. And who's going to hire the engineer that killed Julia McCulloch in front of a sellout crowd at the Orpheum?
Someone who knows it wasn't your fault.
Mm-hmm.
I hear he had a spot of bad luck catching the bullet south of the river.
That's a dangerous trick, that one.
Yep.
Have you settled on a name?
Yes, I have.
The great something something.
Great Danton.
Exactly.
I don't want to kill doves.
Then stay off the stage. You're a magician, not a wizard. You've got to get your hands dirty if you're going to achieve the impossible. In here, Miss Winscombe.
Oh.
Oh, hi, ScarJo.
This will conceal.
Yeah, sure.
Take that one.
Oh my God.
It's a complicated contraption. It looks like some steampunk stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, for my final trick, I will require the assistance of 2 volunteers. Mr. Merritt, if you would oblige me.
For the raptor's foot. Careful, it's all right.
You know who knows how that bird trick works?
Who?
The guy he keeps buying birds from.
Like, why does he keep needing to buy birds every day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bloody marvelous, Connor.
That's cool.
What?
The cage disappears into his arms.
You got a week, John.
Thank you, Mr. Merritt.
All right.
The Great Danton.
Fingers crossed.
The champagne ready.
Okay.
This movie makes me anxious.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'll
perform this feat in a manner never before seen by yourselves or any other audience.
Oh my God, fingers
anywhere
crossed.
in the world.
Is that Christian Bale again?
Sir, one hand on the bottom
Uh-oh.
cage, one hand on the top.
Yeah, you're right. Yay.
Clear out. Anything here in the morning gets burned.
Mr. Merritt.
It's
Wow.
done, John. I've hired a comedian. You know I hate comedians.
Oh my God.
If we can come up with a new trick, change the name of the act.
The name stays.
Right. Well, then the new trick's gonna have to be irresistible.
Yeah.
It's a rotating transposition that shifts every day of the diary. It's simple, but time-consuming to translate, even when you have the 5-letter keyword.
Which is?
We magicians have a circle of trust.
You have a circle of trust with someone whose diary you stole?
Tesla built one for another magician.
Well, why would you want the same thing?
Call it a professional rivalry.
Oh.
I want to show you something. I think you'll have a special appreciation for our work.
I thought it was a secret.
You're a magician.
Yeah.
Who's going to believe you?
Oh, you're in the circle of trust.
Our equipment requires a great deal of current. Tesla electrified the whole town in exchange for using the generators when we need them.
I don't know if I was aware that that was Gollum when I first watched this.
Wow.
Is it wireless?
Where are the wires?
Exactly.
Yep. That's wild.
Where's the generator?
You saw it last week.
That must be 10 miles from here.
15. And I have to ride all of them before I get to bed.
Magic. Real magic.
Science.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Would you like to know the future, sir? The man who's speaking right now is going to change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, come one, come all, and meet
Yeah, he's gonna make a car that everybody in LA wants to own.
I think they just took his name. He didn't actually
Yeah,
make
no,
it.
I know.
Mr. Alley, please. We have asked to reconsider his threat.
Oh.
He's so calm about it.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna stay. Yeah.
I saw happiness. Happiness that should have been mine.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
His notebook reveals that he never had the life that I envied. The family life that he craves. One minute he rails against the next, demanding freedom.
Yeah.
His mind is a divided one. His soul is restless. His wife and child tormented by his fickle and contradictory nature.
Yeah, that would be tough for a dad.
Well, you talk about what you want to do for the rest of the day. All right, go on, you talk with her. You're taking her away to the workhouse.
No.
Tell her I've reconsidered. Take it. Go on, take it.
Yeah, he would not allow his beautiful daughter to go to the workhouse.
February 8th, 1899. Today, finally, a breakthrough. Tesla's agreed to see me.
Perfectly safe.
It sounds scary, though.
Yeah, it looks scary.
What?
So, this is the great Denton.
David Bowie?
What's conducting the electricity?
Our bodies, Mr. Angier, are quite capable of conducting and indeed producing energy.
That's random.
I need something impossible.
You're familiar with the phrase,
No, I don't think it is.
man's reach exceeds his grasp. Is a lie.
It's David Bowie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Mr. Angier, have you considered the cost of such a machine?
Price is not an object.
Perhaps not.
So rich
but
now.
Have you considered the cost?
Ah.
I can recognize an obsession. No good will come of it.
Well, hasn't good come of your obsessions? If you understand an obsession, then you know you won't change my mind.
I've already begun to build it, Mr. Angier.
He's like
I
the
hope you
Oracle.
enjoy the mountain air.
Yeah.
He knows the outcome of the conversation before it starts.
Like, but you gotta have it anyway, right? Just to know that you had it.
Yeah.
I thought you'd gone.
I don't really have anywhere to go.
You've been sleeping here?
Yeah, Carter said it would be all right to be getting a booking. What are you doing?
How's the accent?
Carter's hoping that you'll let things slide. He says that if Borden thinks things are even between you two...
Even? My wife for a couple of these fingers? Borden is out there living his life just as he always intended, as if nothing had happened. And look at me. Right? I'm alone, and no theater will touch me.
Us.
Yeah, see?
What happened?
Oh, he's gonna go into the other.
Was it good?
Bloody brilliant.
It was the greatest magic trick I've ever seen.
Oh, he's gonna come out the other door.
Did they applaud when you saw it?
The trick was too good. It was too simple.
I've seen him perform the trick 3 times now, Mr. Carter. The Prestige is the same man. He doesn't know how to sell his trick to an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we could use it as a climax of the show.
Oh my gosh, we're stealing tricks.
And the only way that I know how to do it is to find you a bloody good double.
No one listens to the experienced, wise old man.
It's for you.
What's this for?
Their new
Is it
home.
the house? Wow, that's a nice house.
Darling, look at you.
Mr. Custer, Mr. Angier, I'd like you to meet Gerald Root.
Oh my god.
Are you laughing now?
Are they the same person? Or did they really find an actor that looks like him?
It's going to be amazing, Robert.
Well, it has to be. Borden's trick is getting noticed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you favour us with a performance, Mr. Root?
Wait, is that him?
I know, right?
It looks just different enough.
Have you thought what we should call the trick?
There's no point being coy. Borden calls his trick the transported man.
Wow. That does have a lot more like
Yeah, pizzazz.
to it. Uh-oh.
Oh! He's risky. Don't talk. You have a different voice.
I need to know how he does it.
Why?
I need you to go and work for him.
Whoa.
What?
We got people excited by Cutter's version of the trick, but imagine what we could do with the real illusion. We'd have the greatest magic act anyone's ever seen.
He knows I work for you.
Yeah.
I know you've no reason to trust me.
Why wouldn't I trust you? I mean, you're only the mistress of my enemy. Why wouldn't I trust you?
I'm going to tell you the truth.
That is a slippery notion.
You sent me here to steal your secrets, but I've actually come to offer you his.
This is the truth.
Is he good at telling the truth like his wife?
Borden's performing right across the street.
Root. He's realised he can make demands.
Well, how much does he want?
You've got to stop doing the trick.
Stop the trick.
No.
He's paying whatever he wants for now. We keep doing the trick until Borden opens, and then we'll phase it out.
But he might do something stupid on stage.
No?
Oh, if you insist.
No.
I'm not performing tonight. I'm only doing one show, but to be frank,
Oh
my people
no.
pretty much run things these days. Get up there.
But I had a similar trick in my act, and I used a double. When I incorporated this bloke into my act, he had complete power over me.
Oh my god.
Complete power, you said.
Be very careful giving someone that power over you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn! Oh.
These are like two awful people.
Yeah!
The great gentleman.
He should have listened to Michael Caine, to Cutter.
And go easy on the poor chap. He does try so very hard.
Do you think it was her?
Oh, is she like properly switched sides now?
He's taken everything from me. My wife, career, now you.
You?
What do you mean you sent me?
I sent you to steal his secret, not to improve his act. Just because you're sleeping with him doesn't mean he trusts you.
You think you can see everything, don't you?
Oh?
All of his secrets are right here in my hands.
It won't bring your wife back.
I don't care about my wife. I care about his secret.
Oh, he's not the man you thought he was.
I'll go to his workshop and stage a break-in.
No, you took it.
Yes, me. Not you.
She still has loyalty to him, yeah?
It seems like it.
I have fallen in love with him.
Oh, never
This
mind.
has been for you.
What if she was supposed to give him the book?
I'm walking tonight. Let him come. I don't care.
This guy. I'm like, is he Christian Bale's twin? Ouch. Oh! Ah!
All right. I'm alive.
Saves me cutting you an air hole.
I'm a little surprised that Michael Caine agreed to that.
You're finally getting your hands dirty. It's what a good trick costs, Angier. Risk, sacrifice.
Your method for the transport of man. Fallon wouldn't tell me. In fact, he doesn't seem to talk at all.
You have my notebook.
Useless without the keyword. Describe it in full.
It's like F you.
Fuck you. Exactly.
He's buried.
How fast can you dig?
Oh my goodness.
What does it mean?
What does it say? Tesla.
It means, Cutter, we have a journey ahead of us. To America. Robert? Mm-hmm. Listen to me. Obsession is a young man's game. Oh, come on. I can't follow you any further in it. I can't.
He got shot.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a wake-up call.
Yeah. It's like, I'm done.
Hello, darling.
I didn't know we were going to be joined for dinner.
Absolutely. We are celebrating.
Miss Wenscombe, Mr. Fallon. Well, what are we celebrating?
Well, we've hit upon a new trick, haven't we, Fallon?
What trick, Freddie?
Yes, Freddie, what trick?
Yeah, Freddie.
I am going to bury myself alive every night, and then someone will come along and dig me up. Wonderful.
I think my husband's had quite enough.
No, pour the champagne. Come on, pour the... That's right, Sarah, don't talk to me like that.
Perhaps it would be better.
Perhaps, Mr. Fallon, you might escort Miss Wenscombe home. My husband's being
Yeah.
being a bore. I see no reason why the two of you should have to suffer as well.
This evening.
Good night, Mrs. Borden. Good night, Freddie.
Stop calling him Freddie.
Freddie?
Well, that's my name.
Not at home.
Well, I'm not always at home, am I?
This isn't you. Stop performing.
Yeah, be real. She can tell.
I thought I had the place to myself, Mr. Brent.
Unexpected guests, not very polite, a lot of questions. First, I thought they might work for the government. Worse, they work for Thomas Edison.
Oh, no.
Does he enjoy taking his bows under the stage?
He sent me here to steal your secrets, but I've actually come to offer you his.
This is the truth. Is it?
No, that's what he told me to tell you, the truth. So I loved him, and I stood by him, and he sent me to you like he would send a stagehand to pick up his shirts. I hate him for that.
Okay.
I can spot Angie's methods from the back of the theatre. So what could you possibly have to offer me?
You may know how he does his tricks, but you can't understand why no one can see that yours are better. You hide this. I had to look very closely to spot it when you're performing the transported man, but this makes you unique. It shows the audience you aren't using a double. You mustn't hide it. You must display it proudly. So let people know. You can be so much more than he is, and I can show you how.
Dang.
I think she's telling the truth.
Treacherous wench.
I think we cannot trust her.
I mean, she obviously didn't want to go, and Hugh Jackman made her go.
To open myself to such a relationship, to the dangers of such an affair.
How could he send you away?
She must help me rid ourselves of Angier.
What, does it end there? It ends there. Oh no, this was all part of the plan.
Today, Olivia proves her love for me to you, Angier. Yes, Angier.
Yeah.
She gave you this notebook at my request. And yes, Tesla is merely the key to my diary, not to my trick. Did you really think I'd part with my secret so easily after so much? Goodbye, Angier. May you find solace for your thwarted ambition back in your American home.
Shit.
I totally did not remember that.
Tesla never made the machine like the one I asked for.
He never said he had.
But you let me believe that he had.
You stole my money. We have not stolen your money.
Sir, my cat.
When I told you I could make your machine, I spoke a simple truth.
Then why isn't the machine working?
Because exact science, Mr. Angier, is not an exact science.
So where did my top hat go?
Nowhere. We tried the damn thing a dozen times. The hat went nowhere.
Whoa.
That cat's just staying there.
Well, yeah, because it's chained.
What?
It's chill.
You've never seen a cat during an earthquake. It freaks out and tries to get out.
What happened? Where's the cat going? Oh, is it like duplicating everything? There's like another cat. There's 2 cats. And the shit ton of hats. We're just making clones. Wow.
God.
Are they
You could have all the Jordans that you want and
same?
sell them on eBay.
LA! So the machine was working.
I'll need a couple of weeks to iron out the problems with the machine. We'll send word when it's ready. Don't forget your hat.
Which one?
Well, which one is mine?
They all are.
your heads, Mr.
Yeah.
Angelo.
That's crazy.
Sarah, whatever you may think, the only competition for my affections is our little girl. I love you.
Don't lie.
So I'm all shopping. She does love the smell of money, doesn't she? The little lady wants to go to the zoo, so I thought you could take her.
I told you.
I mean, I can do it tomorrow if not.
Oh.
Sarah, she knows. I mean, at least she knows that something's not right. So if you can just do whatever you can to help me, when I talk to her, just convince her that I do love her.
So he's got a double this whole time. It's him.
I saw Fallon hanging around again. There's something about that man I don't trust.
You trust me? Then trust Fallon. He protects the things that I care about.
As Fallon or as you? Have I figured out the prestige?
No.
Okay. Oh no. What happened? Was it Edison or?
We're sorry to see you go, Mr. Angier. I didn't think it was necessary to tell Edison's man about the box.
What box?
Ah!
It's such a good build-up.
Yeah.
It's almost like the 2001 Space Odyssey thing.
Oh, it's such a cool looking shape as well. Did he leave a note?
Ali has written you a thorough set of instructions. I add only one suggestion on using the machine. Destroy it. Drop it to the bottom of the deepest ocean. Such a thing will bring you only misery.
I must leave you, Borden. Yes, you, Borden. Sitting there in your cell, reading my diary,
Oh my god, these two.
awaiting your death for my murder.
Angier's journal, that gesture of good faith, that's a fake. I assure you it's not. The provenance of the journal is clear and under no doubt, and it's written in Angier's own hand. So, my tricks. Including the transported man. Well, Lord Cordler will be very pleased indeed. No, what?
Is Lord
not complete.
Cordler Angier's?
It's just a pledge and a turn for each. Without the prestige for these tricks, these are worthless. You get the rest of it when you bring my daughter here. I want to say goodbye.
We need guarantees.
I can't live like this. Oh, well, you think I can live like this? You think I bloody enjoy living like this?
He's sus to me because he always wears gloves.
Well, what do you want from me?
I want you to be honest with me. No lies, no secrets.
What if she's a plant by Hugh Jackman?
Oh god.
It's a long con.
Long game.
Do you love me?
Oh god.
Not today.
That's the truth.
No.
Oh no, what's she gonna do?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no. Yeah.
That was some clever editing. But why all the women gotta suffer in his movies?
How much you want to bet that doesn't even mess him up? Oh, look what he got there. Michael Caine reminds me so much of my dad. It's insane.
Who's there? I'm looking for an old friend.
Oh, they can't.
I heard about a booking. Nice little theater.
Yeah, they can't see anything.
Magician. You're back. It's good to see you.
They can't see. They can't
Yeah.
tell anything.
I need your help, John. It's my last show. A limited engagement. Your last show? A wise man once told me obsession was a young man's game. I'm almost done. There's one thing left. The real transported man. You want to design a show around it? I don't want you backstage. I need you front of house manager. I need you to call in any favors or connections you have left to get us the right booking for the run. What sort of booking you after?
This is all his plan.
The sort the Borden can't ignore.
You told me you only wanted to show me one trick. It piqued my interest.
Well, it's a very clever trick, Mr. Ackerman.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Acton.
Likewise, I'm sure. Let's get on, shall we?
Turn it on, gentlemen.
Very pretty. That's it, Cutter?
That's it?
That's not a trick. But he has to come back.
Yes.
There has to be
a prestige.
Exactly. Pardon me. It's very rare to see real magic.
Are you interested in helping us?
Yes, but you'll have to dress it up a little. Disguise it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first trick of the evening is one that involves considerable risk. Anyone in the audience who would be irrevocably damaged by seeing a man drown should leave now. When I tell you the young lady who taught me this illusion actually died performing it, you will understand the seriousness of the dangers involved.
Yeah.
I guess there is guilt.
Let's begin.
You mean for him, for Hugh Jackman?
For Christian Bale.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's purely science. I'd like to invite you to come up on stage now so that you can examine the machine for yourselves.
He looks so intense. Ah, he saw the trapdoor. But you were supposed to see the trapdoor.
Well, only Christian Bale saw the trapdoor.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's a trick for him. The trick is to get him in jail, but did he really go to jail?
How did he do that?
Yeah.
50 yards in a second. In a second! And all that we know is he uses a trapdoor. Ah, brilliant. What is going on under that stage? Why can't you outthink him?
Be nice, man.
Huh. We're done. Let him have his trick. I don't need his secret. So, don't go back there. You leave him alone. Both of us, just leave him alone.
What do you see, Michael Caine?
I told you, John, I don't want you backstage on this one. I would like to invite you to come up on stage now so that you can examine the machine for yourselves.
Is he gonna come up? This is what he wants him to do.
Yeah.
It's driving him crazy. Because it's real, apparently. I don't know.
Look at that.
Michael Caine saw what he needed to see.
Yeah. So it's all just...
Where's the bloody key? Where's the bloody key?
He wants to put him in jail. That's it. He's been framed.
He was about to break him out.
He's an exact replica. No? Or is he really dead?
Alfred Gordon,
Well,
you have been found guilty.
that guy's dead.
Got a visitor, Lord Coldlow, with a little girl.
Oh my god. Is it what I suspect or not? We don't see his face.
Hello, my love.
Yeah, everything it starts to feel like misdirection, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everything is gonna be all right. You must be Lord Count.
Yep,
Caudle. Yes, I am. They flatter you with all those chains, Alfred, and don't they know you can't escape without your little rubber ball?
I pulled you out of that tank.
All I wanted to do was prove that I was a better magician. But you could leave me alone.
I know what you've done.
Tricked you.
You're not afraid to get your hands dirty anymore, are you?
No, not anymore. And I win. Because no one cares about the man in the box, the man who disappears. Goodbye, Professor. Come on, darling.
Oh my god.
Stop, look.
Yeah. That's what you're after. That's what this is about. Take it.
Your secret.
I bet it's like nothing.
You always were the better magician. You both know that. But whatever your secret was, you have to agree. Mine is better.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do this, Angie. No. Jess. I'm gonna take you home soon. I promise. Look.
Uh-oh.
Come on, have you, Jess? Angier! What, you think this place can help me? They're gonna bloody hate me! You can put a stop to this now! Listen, that man is the one I'm
He's trying so hard.
Yeah.
He just sounds crazy.
He sounds insane.
There was such commitment in that delivery. I love it.
Sir, there's a gentleman waiting.
That's pretty brazen to just go into the prison like that.
Yeah, but he's a dead man, so no one's gonna,
Dear God. Hello, Cutter. You're still alive. How is it you're still alive, Robert? I saw you on a slab, for God's sake.
Science, magic.
Good night, Jess. She needs a father. You're letting him hang, and I helped you. I came here to beg Lord Coldlow to let me destroy that machine. I am not going to beg you for anything.
You don't have to. I'm going to make sure that machine is never used again.
Lord Coldlow, where do you want me to deliver it?
My theatre. It belongs with the prestige materials. I tried not to involve you.
So, go alone now. Both of us.
What are you gonna do?
You're right, I should have left him with his damn trick. Sorry about Sarah.
You go live your life in full now, all right? You live for both of us.
Okay, what's gonna happen? I'm just like, all of the things just going through my mind. I'm like, is it the ending that I think it's gonna be?
What do you think it's gonna be?
I think that Fallon is Christian Bale's like twin or something with like a bunch of prosthetics and whatnot, and they're gonna swap places at the end. I don't know.
What would they
That's
swap?
like a cockamamie.
What would that do?
Achara theory.
But what would that
he gets
do?
to live, but I don't understand why he would do that.
Are you watching closely?
Can he get out of that?
Don't know.
I once told you about a sailor who described drowning to me.
He said it was like going home.
I was lying. He said it was agony.
Oh.
Michael Caine's always got the stories, doesn't he? In the Nolan films.
Yeah. Fallon, what's up? Oh my gosh.
Alfred Borden, this day in the name of the King and the High Court of England.
Who cares about the man in the box?
You're all tricking each other.
Cutter. Cutter!
Do you have anything to say?
Oh shit. What'd I tell you? It's prestige upon prestige upon prestige, my friend.
My brother. That's weird.
Yeah.
Or Fallon. No, we were both Fallon.
Yeah.
And we were both Borden.
That's why sometimes his wife was like, I believe you and I don't believe you.
Were you the one who went into the box? Or the one who came back out? We took turns.
That visual effects is amazing.
Yeah.
Cutter knew, but I told him it was too simple, it was too easy. No. Simple maybe, but not easy. There's nothing easy about two men sharing one life.
Oh my God.
What about Olivia and her wife? We each loved one another.
Yeah.
I loved Sarah. He loved Olivia. We each had half of the full love, which was enough for us. Just, but not for them. See, sacrifice, Robert, that's the price of a good trick. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I've made sacrifices. Yes, it takes nothing to steal another man's work. It takes everything. No, wait, I'm not...
Whoa. How many of himself did he kill?
How many hats are there?
Yeah.
It took courage to climb into that machine every night, not knowing if I'd be the man in the box.
on the Prestige, what it cost me. You didn't see where you are, did you? Look.
Are there like 100 of him?
You went halfway around the world. You spent a fortune. Really terrible things, Robert. And all for nothing. For nothing.
You never understood why we did this. The audience knows the truth. The world is simple, miserable. But if you could fool them, even for a second, then you could make them wonder. Then you got to see something very special.
Oh, burn everything down.
Every magic trick consists of 3 parts, or acts. The first part is called the pledge. The magician shows you something ordinary. The second act is called the turn. The magician takes the ordinary something. But you wouldn't clap because making something disappear isn't enough. You have to bring it back.
Wow. Are they all inside? All of the clones are inside the cases?
Now you're looking for the secret, but you won't find it because, of course, you're not really looking.
Right.
You don't really want to work it out. You want to be fooled.
That's crazy.
I like that. The structure was really interesting as well because like a magic trick, you know, they're telling you exactly what the structure is, right? It's like there's the pledge, the turn, and then the prestige. And so I was kind of, you know, looking out for it along the way, in much the same way it like the whole movie feels like you're watching a magic trick.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the magic castle and you're like, okay, I'm buying into this thing, but like I kind of want to know what's going on. Like I kind of want to try and figure it out. It's exactly what it says. It's like you kind of want to try and figure it out, but also you don't really want to,
right?
Because you want to be fooled. Like you want to buy into the magic, which is how I feel every time I watch a magic show. The reason why I kind of picked up on the whole like Christian Bale having a double, well, first of all, like Michael Caine's character Cutter was just like, no, he's got a double.
Yeah.
He's got a double. That's how he does it.
Told you point blank.
Yeah, he's got a double. But then everyone else is like, it's too simple.
Yeah.
It's too simple. It's like, it's always the simplest thing. And then I just noticed there was one angle where I looked at his brother, right? Or, you know, his double, because they both swap around. And there was one angle and I was like, God, they look alike. And then I was like, oh. And then the whole thing with his wife where sometimes she's like, no, you really love me. You're telling the truth, or you're not telling the truth right now. And then the clues were all there, like the all of the disguises and stuff like that. And then the fact that the assistant guy, his double, was always wearing the gloves, and it's like, that's because you're hiding something. And then and the real clue to me was when he said to him, like, go make it right. Go make it right with my wife. Go make it right with my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, he's saying go pretend to be me and make it right.
Yeah.
But like I had to wait until the end of the movie for the reveal. And then it's like, they're just playing each other, you know, because Hugh Jackman's also doing that with the clones, with the thing with the Tesla machine that is like actually cloning him.
The duplication.
Yeah, the duplication. Like he's also tricking him, and they're just using doubles, but just in different ways. My mind is just like blown right now because I have questions now. I'm like, okay, so this Robert Angier character who is also the Lord, like, is he really the Lord or is he really Robert? Like, who are these guys really? I guess that's the question, but also that's never really going to be answered. It was brilliant.
Yeah. One of my struggles watching this, now, firstly, I didn't remember a lot of the reveals that happened in the movie. The only one I remembered was that Christian Bale had a double.
Right.
That was it. And I knew that Hugh Jackman dies at the end. and it's a long, slow death. Those are the things that I remember. And I remember that the bit with the hats and the Tesla machine and like but like there was a lot of little things that I forgot along the way. And so when Christian Bale first courts, what's her name? Rebecca Hall, and he's outside the door, then he's inside the room, I'm like, ugh. Like I forgot about the whole ScarJo thing, that there were two women that they like this, so they each basically had a person they were in love with. I thought for like in that moment that they just shared this woman, and I'm like, oh, that's so grody. You know, that's where my brain went. That's why I was like, the implications are pretty bad. And you're like, I don't want to know. But yeah, I was like waiting for you to figure it out and pick up on it because I thought that you would have cracked that code way before I did.
Really?
I think I was quite late to figuring out that Alfred had a double in the movie.
I mean, I think that's kind of how you're supposed to be. Like, I would imagine that the surprise, if you didn't figure it out sooner, then the surprise would be just like, what the F? And then then you'd have to rewatch and kind of try and watch.
I was looking for it this time. I was actively looking for it. I'm like, how does she not? And then I'm like thinking back to when I first watched it. I'm like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not paying attention to it.
Exactly.
It's all that misdirection.
And that's the whole thing. That's what I love about the structure of the film, is that it is like a magic trick where it's, and also like Penn and Teller, what you always say, which is like they tell you, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And you still get amazed every time. And so I really like that structure that they employed here. I thought it was great.
One of the things I struggled with this time that I experienced with a little bit with Succession in the beginning of Succession, the very first episode, was these two characters are kind of not likable. Like, they're pretty awful to each other, and like what they're basically doing to their families is awful. And I suppose it's all about the drive and obsession of the artist and how it kind of corrupts what's around them. Just like in Whiplash, you know, it's a similar thing. But they both got their comeuppance, so it all works out. You know what I mean? Like everybody lost something in this movie. Hugh Jackman died. Christian Bale, one half of Christian Bale died. I'm like, kind of work. And then the one that survives has to live with the fact that his twin brother died.
For him,
It's like, so there's a lot of, everybody suffers who caused suffering in the movie. So it all kind of works itself out. It's just interesting reflecting on Christopher Nolan's filmography, how often women be getting killed in his movies.
I know.
It's like, damn. Like the whole premise of Memento is Guy Pearce's wife was killed. Like that's the entire premise of the film, and he's trying to track down the murderer, John G. And then in The Dark Knight, Rachel gets murdered.
Yeah.
And what's it called? The Dark Knight Rises. She's a bad guy. She gets killed in the truck. What happens in Interstellar? I guess Anne Hathaway's all right, but she doesn't get to be with her lover.
Right.
She's like pulled away by Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
So she's okay. But
and then Florence Pugh dies in Oppenheimer, although that's based on real life. So
but anyway, I still really enjoyed the filmmaking of it all, and interestingly, it actually feels kind of different from Nolan's style in some ways. Like, I think I'm used to the Nolan that we got with the Dark Knight series, the Dark Knight trilogy. That style of shooting is what I'm used to from him, which we also see employed in Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting to see less of that here. Like, I guess this is on his path to being more like that. Perhaps the technique I'm seeing that he uses in The Dark Knight was less used in Batman Begins. I haven't watched Batman Begins in a minute, so. But it's fascinating filmmaking, and it's like you can see almost like the way people who love Tenet look at Tenet. It's like, because I don't like Tenet, but the crazy structure involved in telling this story, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, on I would argue on level with Memento, because while Memento has more of the prestige to it, the magic tricks to it, like that's, you know, with the crazy storytelling, I think this is equal in it because it's doing what it's showing you.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's why I just think it's such fantastic storytelling, because like once you realize all the things, it's like, oh my God, this is the prestige.
Yeah.
The prestige is that they are each other.
Yeah.
You know, like that they have doubles, and like they've been fooling us this entire time, and they've been fooling each other. And it's such an interesting story, like you say, because they're just two guys who are just crazy obsessed with their craft to the extent that they would give up everything. And so you're just watching these two rivals who will stop at nothing to get back at each other, when really the best thing would have been to just be like, you know what, like I shot off your fingers, we're even. Let's just call it off right now. You go your way, I go my way. But no, they can't let it be.
I would love to know how autobiographical this feels for Christopher Nolan, because like the whole thing at the end, you know, I know it's just like the conundrum of an artist, right? It's like, okay, for one thing that was mentioned was how Hugh Jackman lost everything, and so he didn't get to have a wife and kids, whereas Christian Bale did.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was Hugh Jackman had this envy towards him, but at the same time he learned that Christian Bale had this sort of fluctuating personality, at least from the outside, because he didn't know about the twin thing. And so taking away the twin aspect of it, right? The artist does have that struggle when he's married. He can have that struggle. I mean, ideally you don't. You have someone who's supportive and it all kind of just works out and everyone gets along all the time. But there is that thing where it's like you have the traditional obligations, but you also have the inner obligation to your craft, to your art.
Yes.
And those two things can conflict. Whereas Hugh Jackman's on his own. He doesn't have that in his way.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of interesting to consider as an artist. And then the other thing is the obsession and how it's like you just give all of yourself for what? For that fleeting moment when you get to look into the audience's eyes and see that they're impressed and that they're happy and they feel that sense of wonder. You know, and it's fleeting. It's like it goes quick.
Yeah, that's why you have to keep coming back.
Yeah.
You keep making new things. You keep making new tricks and doing new movies and stuff so that the audience is constantly impressed with you and that they constantly give you the validation that you so desire. But actually what I was wondering when you mentioned I wonder if this feels autobiographical, I was like, oh, maybe this is also, and I'm going out on a limb here, I know, but like maybe this is also kind of like Christopher and Jonathan Nolan, you know? There's the one who takes the bow, the one who's like, I did the Prestige, look at me, I'm so awesome. And everyone's like, well done you, you're so great, you're so great, you're so great. And then like behind the scenes, there's the one who's taking a bow underneath the stage, who's like not getting the recognition that he deserves. And so I wonder if there is some like kernel of truth in there where there's some sort of like sibling rivalry or something.
I thought about that too. I mean, they both wrote this, but that's why we have Fallout now. You know?
Yeah, we're out there doing our own things, you know? I don't need you.
Yeah, no, I consider that as well because they work
together a lot.
Yeah, they have. I think that Jonathan Nolan often will write a thing and he feels quite content with it, and then Christopher Nolan will take that thing and then Christopher Nolan it up.
Yeah.
You know, and the only example I can think of off the top of my head is Interstellar. Jonathan Nolan wrote that with Matthew McConaughey's character dying. And Christopher Nolan was like, nope. We're gonna do some crazy fifth dimensional beings shit at the end of this movie that's gonna tie all the way back around to the beginning.
Maybe Jonathan Nolan is like the Christian Bale character. He's like, I know how to make the good tricks.
Yeah.
But then Christopher Nolan is like Hugh Jackman, who's like, yeah, but I know the flair.
Yeah.
I know the pizzazz. I know what's going to make people like really resonate with this.
Yeah.
So if only the two of them could have worked together.
I know.
They would have been amazing.
I know.
One making the tricks and the other like taking the bow. But it's like, sometimes I think as well, it's the ego, right? It's when you want to be the one who's getting all the accolades on stage. And sometimes maybe you're just a supporting character and you don't have the main character energy.
Well, that's another great aspect of the film that I didn't think about in 2006. So that's almost 20 years ago. It's 18 years removed from the movie, right? So that's how long it's been since I watched it. The movie is detailing how you will kill yourself repeatedly for your ego.
Yeah.
That's like the most on the nose
literally
symbolism.
Kill yourself.
It's like exactly over and over and over again, just for your ego. He couldn't be content with being under the stage. He had to be seen. You know, that's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. No, there's so many interesting layers about this movie, and I think it's just so well done. And I'm very pleased that I had the opportunity to watch this for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why I missed it the first time. I think I just got a little bit overwhelmed because there was this movie and then there was the other one with Edward Norton, the illusionist. And I was like, oh my God, 2 magician movies? I don't know if I can handle this. I just won't watch any of them.
It's wild to me that someone named Christopher Priest wrote a story about 2 heretics. It's pretty wild.
Sure thing.
I'm curious about that novel now. If any one of you have read it, I would love to know what you felt about it and like how well it translates to the silver screen. Because I would imagine a lot was changed.
I imagine so.
You know,
because this feels just very,
Nolan.
Yeah, just very like, wow.
Yeah.
Let me show you showmanship.
I think that you're onto something there with the brother thing, because when you hear the name Nolan, you do not think of Jonathan.
No, you do not. You always think of Christopher Nolan. And I saw you were about to go, and then he Nolanizes it, but then you realize that they're both Nolan.
Yeah.
And so which one are we talking about? But actually, we all know that when we say Nolan, we're all thinking about Chris.
Yeah. Exactly. It's unfair.
It's unfair.
It must be rough being Jonathan Nolan.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he's all right.
It's like being Jesus' brother. How do you compete with that?
Yeah. No, it is tough unless you can come with the acceptance of like, I'm a support character and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But if you're not okay with that, then you got a problem.
You trying to tell us something, Achara? By the way, the Jesus brother joke was not something I made up. That was a Robin Williams joke. He did that in his Broadway performance.
Oh.
He talked about like what it would be like to be Jesus' brother. I think that's what he was talking about. He's either talking about Jesus' brother or he's talking about being Gandhi's brother. I forgot which one. It was one of them.
Either way,
it's the same idea, right? But anyway, yeah, Parappa the rapper did good. For what little she...
Piper, I don't know how to say
Parabo.
Parabo.
Well,
I love her.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Coyote Ugly.
Christopher Nolan, whoever was responsible, chose great... I think it's Christopher Nolan because it's his habit. He chooses very capable actors and actresses because he's like, you do your job, I'm going to do my job.
Yeah.
And then we come together. I'm not going to tell you to do it. I just need you to do your shit well, okay?
Yeah.
So I can do my shit well. That's his attitude about things. And he doesn't like to do a lot of takes, apparently.
I would love working with him. Then I hate doing multiple takes.
Yeah. But the guy from the Santa Claus who plays the top shelf elf, I forgot the name of that actor. I forgot the name of the actor, but he plays the top elf. He was in Oppenheimer, and he has a whole thing on YouTube talking about how anxious he got because it was one of the few instances Nolan had to do multiple takes, and he was getting frustrated. Nolan was getting frustrated with his actor. He's like, I am so fired. Like he was so scared because Nolan can be kind of intense. It's an interesting thing because at one point they mentioned, I think it was Michael Caine mentioned how he hates comedy, and I feel like Nolan is similar in that way. I don't know. Like you notice.
You think he hates comedy?
He hates certain things. That's what's been conveyed to me. I don't want to say too much in case it's too specific and I get somebody I know in trouble.
Oh.
But like he's a particular kind of dude on set. I think he hates hats, or I forget. Which is funny.
There were hats. There were so many hats in this movie.
I forget what he hates. He hates certain things, and I'm like, I don't want to be more specific than that. But anyway, yeah, he's a curious feller. And
I feel like you kind of have to be when you're that brilliant, though.
Yeah.
Like everyone who's brilliant is probably a little bit cuckoo, That's just the way it is.